Welcome back to the show. Well, I have Jason Johnson with me today talking to us about CPR and AED awareness, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. So do you recommend that most people get their CPR and AED, and is it tough to get that certification?
We absolutely recommend it. I mean, it can make the life difference tremendously. You know, what a lot of people don't understand is they can help with effective early CPR and early defibrillation, which I have here as an AED. It increases the out-of-hospital survival rate by almost 90%. You know, every minute that somebody goes without effective CPR, their chances of survival, it goes down by 10%. And what a lot of people don't understand is when somebody has a sudden cardiac event, that's what we call it, 88%, I think, is the statistic happens at home. So this is going to be a family member and you know, somebody that you're actually going to want to help. I mean, a lot of people like to get to help other people, and then some people are a little bit reserved on that as well. But
like, I don't.
Exactly. But it's not really hard to get. It's it's a day class. You can actually call the fire department, which is 989-5701 is the number, and talk to Jack Spurgeon, assistant chief, and he can get you set up with that.
He helped me get mine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, we have several instructors that can help you along there. But yeah, it's a great thing to have. You know, you're out at the mall or churches, there are a lot of people that's starting to have these actually in their businesses, and so when somebody, you know, God forbid that happens, but it happens in front of you, you're going to feel a whole lot better if you can actually do something. Mm-hmm. It makes our job a lot easier.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your job.
Right.
When you get the call and you hear
correct.
This.
When somebody calls 911, they're obviously, our dispatch center is going to send us exactly where that address is. But in the process of that, while we respond to the scene, our dispatcher is going to try and give CPR instructions over the phone to whoever is calling. So that process goes along a lot smoother if somebody is, you know, aware of exactly what they're doing, has had the class. So yeah, it just makes it a whole lot easier for us, you know, because if the average response time it may be 3 minutes, and when somebody goes without chest compressions or breathing for 3 minutes, their chance of survival is really not that great. But if somebody can start that effectively and quickly, we can continue that when we get there and continue that to the hospital, and their chance of survival goes up tremendously.
That's great. And like you mentioned, I think the course takes what, like 4 hours, 6 hours? I can't remember. It's really quick.
I think it is 4 hours.
But it's important for everyone out there because, you know, it changes. CPR, it's like they're doing constant studies, and they're constantly looking at the response time and then what happens when you're out there, and you know, how many chest compressions and how many deep breaths. And so I think, you know, I was sort of amazed, I think I got mine for the first time maybe 8 years ago, and just the changes in 8 years of what you should be doing. So it's definitely nice if you can keep it current.
It's exactly right. I think the certification, I think last 2 years, and the Red Cross, or not the Red Cross, American Heart Association goes through and they look at the statistics, and that's what they base their changes upon. And you're right, it does change tremendously. It seems like from year to year, but for right now, I think the rate is 30 compressions to 2 breaths, and but keeping your certification current and up to date on all the information is very good.
And it's also nice too that they can, you know, Jack makes it really easy. So for people that do want to get certified in this, and of course there are a lot of industries now where it's mandatory, and it's always a good thing for any kind of office building, like you said, to put their people through training. And I know that Jack would probably help send some of y'all out to help with that. And
we have several instructors that can help with that.
So now we know what the box is, because that of course helps too, and that's self-explanatory. It's amazing to me how easy that is.
You just open this up and turn it on, and it's got a voice recording. It'll go step by step of what you need to do. I mean, it's really, really easy. And you know, just when somebody brings this to you, a lot of people that hasn't even seen one before, it may intimidate them a little bit, but that's the good thing about this class and this awareness is, you know, to make people know that you can make a difference with very simple stuff. And it helps tremendously just to have a little bit of knowledge about what this is.
Thank you, Jason, so much for being on the show with us. And stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.